Have you ever found yourself completely heartbroken by the death of a beloved TV character? TV shows often take us on emotional roller coasters, and some character deaths are so touching that they leave a lasting impact. These moments can be pivotal to the narrative or stem from actors' decisions to leave the show. Let's explore some of the most unforgettable and heartbreaking character deaths in TV history. One of the most shocking moments in The Walking Dead was the death of Carl Grimes, Chandler Riggs. Midway through Season 8, Carl was bitten by a walker, leading to his tragic demise. Executive producer Scott Gimple emphasized that Carl's death was central to the overall narrative of the series. Fans were devastated, as Carl's journey had been central to the show since the beginning. Jen Lindley, played by Michelle Williams, was the rebellious but loving teenager on Dawson's Creek. Her death in the series finale, where she succumbs to heart disease in a hospital bed, left fans in tears. Jen's growth and struggles made her a beloved character, and her passing was a heartbreaking end to the show. The death of Rita Bennett on Dexter was both shocking and tragic. Played by Julie Benz, Rita was a loving mother and wife to the protagonist, Dexter Morgan. Her brutal murder at the hands of the Trinity Killer was a turning point in the series, deeply affecting Dexter and leaving viewers stunned by the brutality and unexpectedness of her passing. Pussy Washington, played by Samira Wiley, was one of the most beloved characters on Orange is the New Black. Her tragic death during a prison protest was a poignant moment in the series. Just when she had found love and hope for the future, her life was tragically cut short, sparking outrage and sadness among viewers and highlighting important social issues. On Game of Thrones, viewers quickly learned not to get too attached to characters. Ned Stark, Sean Bean, the Honorable Lord of Winterfell, met a gruesome end when he was executed by Elyn Payne on the orders of King Joffrey Baratheon. His death early in the series was a shocking reminder of the show's brutal and unpredictable nature. The death of Will Gardner, played by Josh Charles on The Good Wife, was a devastating moment for fans. His sudden and violent death in a courtroom shooting shocked both the characters and the audience. The impact on Alicia Florrick, Juliana Margulies, and the narrative was profound, marking a significant shift in the series. Another heartbreaking death in Game of Thrones was that of Robb Stark, Richard Madden. The eldest son of Eddard and Catelyn Stark was brutally murdered during the Red Wedding, along with his mother Catelyn and his wife Talisa. This massacre was one of the most shocking and brutal scenes in television history, leaving fans shocked by the loss. Hodor, Christian Nairn, was one of the most beloved characters on Game of Thrones. His death was especially poignant as he sacrificed himself to save Bran Stark, holding the door against a horde of undead. The revelation of his backstory and the meaning of his name added layers of tragedy to his passing. Misha Barton's character, Marissa Cooper, met a tragic end on The O.C. Her death in a car accident was a huge blow to fans. Marissa's struggles and turbulent relationships had made her a central figure in the series, and her untimely passing left a significant hole in the storyline. Dr. Mark Green, Anthony Edwards, was a cornerstone of IARA. His battle with a brain tumor and eventual death was a deeply emotional storyline. Mark's struggle with the disease and his decision to spend his final days in Hawaii with his family was a touching and tearful farewell for the character and the audience. In Grey's Anatomy, George O'Malley, T.R. Knight, died a hero, saving a woman from an oncoming bus. His co-stars were shocked to recognize him in the hospital, his face completely disfigured. George's death was a shocking and emotional moment that left fans mourning the loss of a beloved character. Finn Hudson, played by Corey Monteith, was a central character on Glee. After Monteith's real-life death from a drug overdose, the show addressed Finn's passing in a touching tribute episode. The loss of Finn was a touching moment for both the characters and fans, who mourned alongside the cast. David Tennant's portrayal of the 10th Doctor in Doctor Who has garnered a huge following. His regeneration episode, where he says, "I don't want to go," was a tearful farewell that left fans heartbroken. Tennant's departure marked the end of an era for the series, and his final moments were some of the most emotional in Doctor Who history. In Breaking Bad, Hank Schrader, Dean Norris, was a DEA agent who discovered that his brother-in-law, Walter White, was the drug lord he was looking for. Hank's death was a turning point in the series, highlighting the intense and unrelenting nature of the show. His passing was a stark reminder of the high stakes and moral complexities at play. Tara McClay, Amber Benson, was a beloved character on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Her death, caused by a stray bullet, was sudden and heartbreaking. Tara's relationship with Willow was groundbreaking, and her untimely passing left fans mourning the loss of a character who brought so much warmth and love to the series. Lexi Gray, Chyler Lee, died in a plane crash on Grey's Anatomy. Her final moments, shared with Mark Sloan, were incredibly emotional. Lexi's death was a significant and painful event that deeply affected the characters and fans of the show. After the plane crash that killed Lexi Gray, Mark Sloan, Eric Dane, also died from his injuries. His death, after a month in a coma, was a sad moment. Mark's relationship with Lexi had been a major storyline, and his passing was a touching conclusion to their tragic love story. Ben Sullivan, Brendan Fraser, was a recurring character on Scrubs known for his humor and heart. His death from a heart attack after battling leukemia was a deeply emotional episode. Ben's passing had a profound effect on Dr. Cox, and was one of the show's most memorable and touching moments. James Novak, Dan Bucatinsky, was a journalist who knew too much on scandal. His murder, committed to protect political secrets, was a shocking and tragic moment. James's death had a significant impact on the narrative and characters, highlighting the show's intense and often unforgiving political drama. Alaric Saltzman, Matthew Davis, a history teacher and vampire hunter on The Vampire Diaries, has had multiple tragic deaths. His most painful demise came when his alter ego, the ruthless vampire hunter, killed him. The character of Alaric has endured significant loss and grief, making his various deaths deeply impactful for fans. Television has the power to touch our lives in profound ways, and the loss of these characters reminds us how much we have grown attached to them. With that said, thank you for taking us on this emotional journey through the most beloved TV series, and if you enjoyed the video, give it a like and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date.